Hi guys, I'm Sarah, and today I'm going to talk to you about different processes for fashion design and some different creative ways that you can begin to start creating and designing. So when I design, I go through multiple processes. Probably the first process is coming up with inspiration. I had a teacher at the Fashion Institute of Technology that instructed me to draw 100 sketches, one sketch a minute. And that worked really well for me. It really surprised me because before I had that teacher instruct me to do that, I would always think for a really long time before I would draw and try to really design it before I drew. And so I find that really weird, but that I had a lot of ideas just drawing. So that's a really interesting idea if you're looking, especially if you feel frustrated in the fashion design process. Make yourself sit there and every minute start again and draw a new design. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna begin my first drawing right now. Set the clock at 1 minute. I thought that I would have a lot of just bad work, but I found that I had some really cool ideas. So that's an idea. This is a whole nother idea, is to take fabric and put it onto the mannequin and really to see what the fabric wants to do, which sounds kind of weird, but a lot of fabric wants to move in different ways. Silk, for instance, I don't really work with silk because of silkworms, and I try to represent veganism or whatever. And so I don't work with silkworms, but I used to really love silk, and silk definitely has a personality, and silk wants to move in a very specific way. And if you try to make a really stiff garment with silk, well, it won't really work, but you could use interfacing to make it stiff. Another way that I think is a fun way to design is to take a garment that maybe you love, or even just kind of a basic garment, start with a t-shirt, and then to get more creative and start kind of designing on top of it or start changing it. You know, you can't copyright, you can't steal someone else's design, of course, but starting by drawing their design and then changing it and then completely changing it. But that's just an interesting way to get inspiration, and that sounds like that would turn into you copying other people, but that can actually turn into you totally going in your own direction, and you definitely didn't copy them, but by putting your mind, by drawing their design, it makes your brain start at least designing. So that can be a good thing. Another way that I like to do design is to just begin. I love pattern making and draping. So sometimes when you start to maybe you just start making a basic raglan coat or something that for me feels really basic, then just start with that and then slowly see what it turns into. I wanted to show you guys this. This is actually the muslin for the jacket that I'm wearing right now. It looks like a bit of a mess right here, but that's actually the collar. It's different collar options. Can you guys see that? So this is the muslin. And I just wanted to show you guys this. This is what we would do. I did make this in second semester of fashion school, okay? And this is just collars. See this fur collar underneath it is a regular, or the collar that's the same fabric of the wool fabric. I don't use wool anymore, but this is wool. This is when I used to use wool. This is fake fur. I've never used real fur, but I used to use real wool. I used to use silk, and I don't use wool or silk anymore. I'm trying to be vegan, okay? So yeah, so this is the muslin. So muslin is the fabric that looks like this. You can also get a lighter muslin. You'd use a thicker or a lighter muslin depending on the real fabric. So for instance, if you're making a coat, this is a thicker muslin, so I use this. And you can either drape or pattern make. And I find that really inspirational. I would say if you can sew, if you can pattern make, there's something really incredible about doing the muslin and then you can try it on. Another way that I think you can get really inspired for fashion design is by going to a museum or looking at artwork. Sometimes artwork, especially from the past, has really interesting fashion. When I was in New York, I would go to the Met. Here in Los Angeles, go to LACMA. You know, when I created this jacket, you might not be able to tell, it's like random, but I think I was trying to do something that looked like a jean jacket, so it's wool, but for some reason I thought, oh, it'd be so cool if it looked like it was a jean jacket. I thought it looked really like regal to have the fake fur on the collar and the collar and the cuffs. So that's my last idea for how to give you fashion design inspiration, is to find a detail that you love. I love fake fur collar matching a fake fur cuff. I just love it. I feel like you wear it and it looks like it's a full outfit. It looks like it's regal or something, and I like that detail. So knowing I like that detail, if I want to create something else, then I'll start with that first thing. Okay, this garment that I'm designing is gonna have a matching fake fur collar and cuff. And I'll start like that. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it gives you a bunch of ideas for creating your next fashion design. Thank you.